Hey loves, welcome back. So this is going to be another edition of God's Perfect Size, and it's actually a continuation of the last one where I talk about guarding your thoughts. If you haven't watched that video, I will link it in the description box below so you can go ahead and check that out. So today we're going to talk about not only changing your thinking, but what that looks like in actuality. So if you're interested in that, I want you to stay with me for this journey. Go ahead and grab a coffee because this is just going to be a casual chat. If coffee's not your thing, go ahead and whip up a kale smoothie, put me on pause, and then come back and join me for the rest. So I want to share something that's been on my heart lately. I have been taking a minute just to do a little house inspection. And I don't literally mean the house around me. I mean my internal house, my body, and the way I think about things. I've been giving a lot of thought to how I got to where I am today. And in those thoughts, I'm just exploring everything, the things I love about my life and how I got to be a mom to two amazing children and married to a rock star, Solomon Jagwe. I love you very much, my artist husband. But then there are also some things that I have given thought to that I don't particularly love in my life. And those are some of the things that I won't go into detail about those, but those are some of the things I want to share in general with you. I have been considering the fact that my thoughts are what got me to the place where I am today. And for anything in your life that you are not particularly fond of, it all started with a thought. To be honest, it all started with a thought. Just like for an architect, the building starts in his mind and then he writes the plan and then he enacts that plan and carries it out so that eventually there's a building and there's something physical from something that just originated in his mind. And that's the way life works. So for me, as you know, God's Perfect Size is all about recognizing who God created you to be and what you look like really is a gift from Him, and to accept that gift from Him and to honor the body that He's given you. And for me, I veered off that path many times. He created me to be healthy. He created me to be gorgeous in my own right, in my own way, not by the world's standards, but by His standards, to be healthy and strong and to do the things I'm supposed to do. But along that way, I deviated from that plan, and it all started with a thought implanted in my mind. And those thoughts over a lifetime created the physical manifestation that I see. And it doesn't just end there. Like even in your finances, how did you get there? How did you end up with more stable finances or less stable finances? What thoughts brought you to that place? And if you're not pleased with the place that you're in, and I am not exactly pleased with the place that I'm in, it's time to change our thinking and then let that grow. So the first thing we have to do is inspect it. Just sit with yourself and think about what are all of the processes that brought me to that particular place. And then once you recognize those thought processes, it's time to do some corrective thinking, some new thoughts. Now, that sounds easy, but in reality, when you institute a new thought in place of an old thought, it's like a brand new baby. And that baby is weak and it's a fledgling, and you have to protect it and you have to guard it. And the urges to do what you've always done are much stronger, much more established. So you have to continually grow that thing until it becomes strong enough to dominate the old thinking. So along the way, that looks like failure for some people. It looks like messing up or making mistakes. It really is just part of the process. The sooner we accept that, the faster we will relax in the process and then grow that thinking and know that there is peace in the process. We don't have to get stressed about it. We do have to deviate from the wrong thinking time and time again and bring ourselves back to what it is we want to accomplish. And once that thing takes root or starts to grow and mature, you're going to see more evidence of it in your life. And if you don't, you probably lost your corrective thinking along the way. You have to go back and pick it up and grow it. and it takes time. Sometimes it happens a little faster, but most time, just like a baby, it takes a lot of time, longer than most of us are willing to put into it. But what do you have to lose? If it takes you 5 years to get your finances right, what are you doing in the meantime? Going broke? I mean, for real. So you want to grow that thing, give it the time that it needs, and then in 5 years have something to show for it. And then the rest of the pattern of your life will follow that new corrective thinking. So for me, when I am changing my thinking, I always go to the Bible and find out just exactly what God's plan is for my life, and some of the things that He wants me to think, or how to even think. I use a Bible app on my iPad called Glow Bible, and I turned to Proverbs 21:2, and one of the things that it says is, a person may think their own ways are right, but the Lord weighs the heart. So when I am in the process of corrective thinking, I really have to check in with God and ask Him, is this a right thought for me? And I wait for that peace to settle in my heart. If I don't have peace, then I just keep pursuing it. There's some things that you already know are right. You don't really have to ask God, should I smack this person? Because you already know that that's not going to be a right thought or a good thing to harm someone else. So there are some things that are obvious, but then there are some things that are less obvious, especially if you're struggling in a particular area and you're not sure if you should have this or have that. Check in with God and make sure that you are having some right thoughts, and then just carry those thoughts out. The Bible also says that the plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. So you've got to have a plan. And a plan is just what you're thinking about currently and how to get there. So create a plan for your life. If you don't like where you are, create a new plan and then enact that plan. If you are poor in get a book. I love Dave Ramsey. That's what our family is doing, and we're following that process. We have a new plan, and we're working towards that, because we want to come out on the other side of thinking. We want to come out not the way we were or we've always been and getting the results we've always got. We want a new plan for our family and a new life, and it's taking time, and it's going to continue to take time. I'm willing to invest in that. Are you? So go ahead, give yourself permission to explore where you've been, what got you there, and then explore even further some corrective thoughts and how to change your future by starting today with a new thought and letting it grow into maturity. I wish you the best on your journey. I can't wait to see you in the next God's Perfect Size video. I hope this helps you. It is something that is tried and true and tested in my life, and I hope that you find the same success for yourself. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.